I'm going to give everybody a couple more minutes to hop on. I am Annika. I'm a mama to four. I am an empath, a medium, psychic, intuitive. I see, feel, hear, but my strongest sense is seeing. Back in the old days, you would probably refer to me as a seer. And I rely mostly on my guides for readings. I will occasionally use the Akashic Records, but my guides oftentimes will run up to the Akashic Records for me and bring down the information. For me, using my guides is just a way of life. It's like another sense to me, kind of like seeing or hearing. I use my guides all day, every day. I rely on them to help guide me through lots of normal life situations. Um, and they're always around me. I can feel them all the time. I think that we've created a really beautiful relationship in that way that I can rely on them and I know and trust that they're always there for me. I wanted to say a prayer in opening this life purpose reading part 2. And I wanted to pray upon the angel of light, angel of purpose, angel of love, angel of peace, angel of harmony. Please be with us. Help me be a clear vessel for communication for the women that ask the questions and help me answer them the best that I can and as clearly as possible. With love, please create a barrier of protection around us with light and keep us safe while we are connecting. And please surround us with as much love as you have. Amen. Okay, so I am going to start with Kate. I will read Kate's question first. Pull it up here. Okay, Kate wrote and she said, "Hello, I'm hoping you can help me navigate my purpose. I'm a mother of a 1-year-old girl whom I love with my whole heart. I'm so enveloped with motherhood, I often wonder what my purpose is outside of this. What career path or where else, and when should I put my energy?" This is something that I think that all mothers go through, especially if you are a stay-at-home mom with younger children. I know that I felt the same way. It's almost as if we kind of feel like we're stuck in the everyday, in the mundane. Every day is the same. We're seeing and doing all the same things all the time. But what came through really clearly for you, Kate, is that being a mother and nurturing your daughter is exactly where you need to be right now. Feeling like you're not enough, that you're inadequate, know that this is actually an old paradigm that you're feeling. This is something that we have been, that this is a paradigm that has been projected onto women for many, many years. As mothers, it is not enough for us to just mother. It's not We are being told that it isn't enough to offer our mothering and nurturing to our children, that we have to be able to bring in some sort of income or have another purpose while we're doing this. What came in really clearly is that your purpose right now is to be present in your motherhood journey. They're asking you to let go of what you think motherhood should look like and do what feels good for you and your child. So they're really asking you to just follow those instincts. It feels like you have them already, But because you have this idea in mind of what motherhood should look like or what you should be doing as a mother and how you should be providing, it tends to kind of cloud your judgment and your intuition. So know that whatever messages or feelings that you're receiving are right on, and that's exactly where you should be. And truly tap into your heart and feel into that space and feel what feels good to you, and not just to you, but to your daughter too. And you can almost kind of play these things out and see how they land. If that feels good, if that was a hit, if that made your daughter laugh or feel good between the two of you, encouraged a strong bond, then keep doing that. Being a mother right now for you is setting a foundation to your next step. It's extremely important you take your time here. It's important that you're present with your motherhood journey and not thinking about, should I be spending more time looking at jobs? Should I be honing in on my resume? I'm losing life skills right now just by being a stay-at-home mom. All of that isn't true. Right now, this motherhood journey is building your resume. You are taking steps towards your greater life purpose in building this foundation of being a really good, intuitive, and connected mother with your daughter. If you chose to go quickly into work, because I actually asked them what that would look like if you were to choose a different life path than staying at home with your daughter, and if you were to choose a career and then send her to a caregiver. If you went into work, your next step would be the harder and longer route to your purpose. So your next step, wherever that leads you in your life purpose next, it's going to be further off if you choose to work first, because that job is not setting the foundation for guiding you into your life's purpose right now. What is truly setting your foundation and healing you and teaching you is your daughter. Um, I also see that you could be something like maybe a kid's teacher, whether that means preschool, kindergarten, possibly even a mentor or a coach of some sort to children. Your daughter guides you to the next step in your career. She is a beacon of light, a beacon of guidance. She teaches you to listen and to follow your heart. She also really encourages you to find your voice and stand firm in your beliefs for not only her, but yourself. This is extremely helpful in your path moving forward. So, through mothering, you're going to gain all of these beautiful skills. She showed me an image. Your daughter came into this reading too, and she's such a strong spirit. She has a clear idea of what it is that she's meant to do. Part of her purpose is helping you find yours and also shifting your husband or your partner into finding his as well. She showed me you both walking hand in hand. It was almost as if she was kind of leading you in that walking. So know that wherever she takes you, she's not going to lead you astray. She has a plan and she really is very clear about what that is. By following her, your purpose will come quickly, and so will your husband's. She creates a shift in clarity in finding happiness and joy for both of you. She gives you permission to live your happiest versions, and even if that means walking through the tall grass blindly. So she wants you to know that things may not be promised, that it might be a little bit hard, it could be a little scary at first, but she wants you to trust that this is exactly where you're meant to be and where you're meant to be going. Trust her, trust your heart, trust that feeling of joy and happiness. While it may not be happy all the time, don't question it, because this is exactly where you're meant to be. And when you get through that tall grass, it's just on the other side of that you're going to meet your purpose and you're going to feel like everything clicks. She's also extremely encouraging. So she really trusts you and your partner to make the right decisions. She has full faith in you guys, and she does not think that you would ever steer her incorrectly. So if you have any like mom guilt or guilt about decisions that you've made for her around possibly a living circumstance or a career path, something where you may have taken a financial hit and your life isn't as abundant right now. She wants you to know that that's okay. And she really, it doesn't matter to her. It's not important. What's most important is getting you guys on track to where happiness lies ahead, and that's going to be the ultimate joy for all of you. Okay, I hope that that's helpful. I would love to hear back from you. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. All right, Cecilia, you are next. Cecilia, your question. Okay, so Cecilia is looking for a clear starting point in her career. She says it's like she wants to spin all the plates at once, even though she's never done it before. What plate does she start with? What plate is the one that I can start at to build success upon? Also, what is an area of expertise or a general direction? There's lots of fear on moving forward, starting point of letting it go and working through it. Um, she's at a point where she's feeling very uncomfortable and it's very draining for her. She feels like there may be an energetic block there. Okay, Cecilia, what they said to me is it's time for you to leap. I think that's pretty clear. This discomfort that you're feeling is acting as a push mechanism. So right now, what they're showing me is that quarter machine game where you put the tokens in and they drop the tokens down and they're like all stacking and there's like a pusher thing and then the token might fall and then you gain some of those tokens or quarters or whatever it is. They're continuously going to drop those quarters on you until these quarters push and it hits and it lands and you're gonna have to take that jump. Um, it's only going to get more uncomfortable until you jump into your passion to heal others. You are so gifted with your words. Um, I feel like you could be starting a blog, but I really do think that you need to start sharing on social media or some sort of platform that is getting your voice out there and allowing you to connect with others. I feel like right now you have so much to say. There's so much wisdom in you, but you're not getting it out there. You're not spreading that wisdom. You're not sharing it. And now is the time. Now is the time for you to be uncomfortable, step toward that fear and actually just like walk through the door of fear because you're literally just going to be opening the fear door, walking through, and once you've like gone over the threshold, you're going to shut that door and it's not going to be scary anymore. It's actually going to be really liberating for you. I also saw you incorporating card readings, so like Oracle, Tarot, at first to help you guide you and help you trust your intuition. It feels like sometimes you get in your head and it feels like your intuition is speaking very clearly to you, but you start to question it. The, the incredible thing about intuition is that it often sounds crazy in your own head. It's like you start questioning it. How could I know this? Why would I think of something like this? Is this true? No, I'm totally making this up. And as you go through this checklist, you start telling your guides that you don't trust them. And then that relationship between you two, it starts to kind of not dwindle, but your guides will start to back off a little bit and the messages will come less. And feel like you're very much ready for the messages, but they'd like you to stop questioning them. They want you to know that their messages are real. They are meant to be shared through you, and that you are strong enough. You are strong enough to be a conduit. You are strong enough to get these messages out, and you are strong enough to connect to the people that you are meant to connect to. And then I felt like your Indigenous grandmother stepped in again. This is probably the one that I saw when we were in North Carolina together and you were at the creek. It was almost as if she was kind of standing behind you and you embodied her. Um, she is asking you to lean into your roots and really research shamanic healings, prayers, and the metaphysics within this tribe that your family came from, specifically your grandmother. So it feels like it's really on your maternal side. And it may not doesn't feel like it's indigenous to the states. It feels like it might be actually more like Mexico, which I'm pretty sure is correct. Um, so maybe connecting to your heritage too might be really helpful in helping you connect to your ancestors. As soon as you start to connect to this indigenous part of you, you're going to feel like home. You're going to feel as if you have been here the whole time and all of this wisdom has been within you. You'll create a connection to your ancestral wisdom that will be really strong and clear for you to be able to pull wisdom from that connection and share that with people. They were sharing with me that as soon as you start to connect to this indigenous part of you and your ancestors, it will be like a new upgrade to wisdom, to your ancestral wisdom. So I think there's a really important piece there with your ancestors that is definitely worth feeling into and doing some research into, maybe asking your mom about where they were from, if she knows what region they were, what tribe they may have been, and then start doing some research on the internet because it feels like things might start to just be guided to you and start popping up around you. The other thing I heard was use earth energy more than cosmic. So you're very much an earth being. Um, the guides were saying your energy is very much kind of like a Middle Earth elemental energy. When I say elemental, to me, that means the crystals, water. It's very tangible here on Earth. The Earth's energy is right now as strong and healing and expansive as the cosmic energy. But for you, she really beckons to you and she hopes for you to connect and share her wisdom within humanity right now. You are a steward of Earth and you are meant to bring her messages and wisdom to humanity. They were showing me, I know where you live right now, there's not a lot of connection to nature, but she's showing me that there may be another move where you find a place that you can go out and really drink in the trees and possibly have a natural body of water next to you. There's something about that that is really important to you moving forward in your journey of wisdom and connection to the earth. One second, I'm going to see if there's any more messages for you on that. Yeah, and they just keep saying trust. Just trust yourself, trust that you are supported, and trust that taking those scary leaps is going to get you exactly where your heart hopes to be. All right, Cecilia. I'd be happy to answer any questions if you want to email me or text. Okay. And next I have Samantha. Samantha just is asking, can I simply ask what my life purpose is? And of course you can. I'm glad that you did. Samantha, what I'm seeing is that right now your purpose is to build yourself. And what that looks like is healing thoughts around your self-worth, letting go of protected beliefs around who you should be and how you should be doing it. I feel like you might be, it feels very much like you're ready to step out of the mold and like you're in the mold of a square right now, but it feels like once you step out of that square, it's like infinite possibilities. Because you're here with me right now, because you're exploring this area of metaphysics, I know that you are being guided in a higher way to a greater direction. Know that none of this is happenstance. This is all guided, and that you are meant to be following this path of spirituality and healing. They want you to know that you have permission to step outside the lines and take up as much space as possible. It feels like right now you might be living in a very possibly traditional way where it feels very unfulfilling for you. And I don't mean that it's unfulfilling because you're a mother and because you're caring for your children and you're helping your husband. That's not what I mean at all. It feels unfulfilling just because you feel like you're not able to express yourself. You're not able to be the most authentic version of who you are right now. And that's calling you. It's really beckoning to you for you to step into this most authentic version of self. So then I asked, what do they want you to do? And what they're asking is that you begin to heal your body. It looks like your body is trying to vibrate at a higher frequency, but because of what you're putting into it, food and energy, environment, you're kind of unable to vibrate higher. So you are going to need to focus on bringing in more high frequency foods. That is living foods, fruits, vegetables, herbs, drinking a lot of living water. If you can bring in something like cranberry water, lime, lemon water, all of these things are going to help elevate your frequency because fruits and vegetables have life in them and they're going to only strengthen your life force energy. They're also asking you to spend time on movement. So moving your body, whether that be yoga, doing some walking, but really getting your energy flowing and your body moving so that you can kind of come back into your space and reclaim it. They're also asking you to start working and focusing on your mindset. They want you to focus on being present. I don't know if you are familiar with Eckhart Tolle, but it feels like his teachings might be really helpful for you if you have Audible. He has several books that are really, really powerful. Um, Another one that I think would be helpful is Esther and Abraham Hicks. And it seems like it might be the power. They're showing me two books. So it's The Law of Attraction and The Power of Emotions from Esther Hicks. And all of these books available on Audible. I listen to Audible while I'm driving with my children. I tell them that they can talk to each other, but mommy's listening to a book or a podcast. And that's my time to really take in information for myself. And also they get to listen to it too. So they're kind of subconsciously taking it in. So make sure that you're making that time for yourself and expanding your mindset. The reason why they're saying mindset is because it seems like your thoughts are stuck in a negative cycle. You feel stuck. And then it kind of goes like, you feel stuck. Why do you feel stuck? Because of these reasons. Bloop. And then this will never change. Bloop. So I'm just going to be stuck. Bloop. And then I feel stuck. And then it's just like, kind of keeps going like that. You need to just remove those and be here in this moment and say, okay, what can I do with what I have right now in these circumstances? I can listen to a book. I can expand my mind by listening to a book and grow my wisdom and connect to my intuition in that way. I can elevate my frequency by eating higher vibrational foods and thinking higher vibrational thoughts. I can bring my body back into my energy and reclaim my space through body movement, exercise, and feeling good in this physical body. It also feels like there may be some ancestral trauma that you're needing to heal, particularly around self-worth. And it feels like it also could be on the maternal side for you as well. It kind of feels like your mother may be a voice inside of your head fairly often, that one that seems to play in on this negative self-worth. So it might be healthy for you to try and be more aware of this and kind of just kind of silence that voice and replace it with affirmations. I am worthy. Yes, I can. I am meant to take up space and I am meant to be more and step out of this box. They're really asking that you lean into your feminine by aligning yourself to disconnect from the toxic masculine of this culture. They're asking you to be proud to be a mother, be proud to be a woman. Don't allow previous, it's almost like previous experience, previous thoughts, previous projections of what life should look like to guide you. You need to be able to just like let those clouds pass and create a clear connection from your crown up to your higher self. And that might be a really good practice for you too, is sorry, I wanted to make sure that this message wasn't for you so that I'm not repeating myself. So it's not. Okay. So what might be really good for you is to bring in a meditation where you're actually connecting your higher self to this body here. So you can actually imagine a beautiful white beam of light. It's the brightest beam of light that you have ever seen, coming down from the sky, coming down from the heavens, coming down from the stars. And the light begins to shine through your crown chakra. And as your crown chakra lights up, it starts to move down to your third eye. And then your third eye lights up and becomes full of light, and it passes down to your throat. And in your throat, it becomes to light up and become full and feel warm. And then it moves down to your heart, and your heart fills up. And then it goes down to your solar plexus. Your solar plexus fills up, moves down to your sacral. Your sacral fills up and down to your root. And then at this point, once your root fills up, your root sends a beam of light all the way down to Earth's core, and it connects to Earth's most pure energy here. And then you're connected above and below, and you're fully grounded, fully in your body and experiencing full power of Samantha. I also heard that you could find a course to help guide you in womb healing and really harness your creative femininity in your sacral. It feels like there may be some timid energy around your feminine. It could be like a witch wound. Um, that is something that I also experience, and people who are healers often are experiencing this right now. Be a lioness and be unapologetically, authentically you. This healing will allow your children to find and step into their life's purpose more easily. So, all of this healing, if you can't find the motivation to do it for yourself, do it for your children because your children are going to be able to negate all of this that you have had to come up against in your life. And it's like they're going to be able to skip timelines and really hop into the reasons why they're here and start working on their own life's purpose as soon as it connects for them in their life. They won't be clouded by all of the stuff that they need to heal because you have already healed it. Okay, I hope some of that resonates, and I would love to hear back from you, Samantha. Next, I have Nat. And Nat said, my question is, am I on the path to my soul that my soul has chosen for this lifetime? All right, Nat. Tapping into your energy, it felt like you feel very authentic. Your guides are applauding you that for this authenticity because it was a journey of your own healing to get you to this point. They're really proud of you for embodying your most authentic version of yourself, and they want you to just keep going. You're very much on path with feeling comfortable in this body and taking up space. Here, my guides just took it away and they said, she is afraid she isn't doing enough. She needs to let go of the worries of the world. It is not her job to heal everyone's pain, but to focus on a single group. This way, she can manage a tangible amount of success in helping others. So after they said this, I started to feel into your energy, and it felt like you are the kind of healer that feels like you should be healing everyone because you have this ability, you have these gifts. What we have to be really careful of as healers is that we can't take on the weight of the world. What we can do is we can do one step at a time. We can give ourselves small singular tasks, and as we check those off, we can take more. But if we try to take everything on and do all of it at one time, they just kept showing me a piece of bread with butter and it kept getting thinner and thinner and thinner. And like your bread is huge right now, and you're just trying to just spread this teeny tiny thin layer of butter over this huge piece of bread. But what really should be happening and what would be ideal is if you had one piece of bread and one big piece of butter, and this piece of bread got all the butter it needed. This is how you can focus your attention and really make change and heal people. And also not just that, but know that when you heal one person, you are going to heal all the people around that person, and you're going to guide that person into healing others. So while it looks like you're just helping this one person, you're actually creating a whole web of healings after that. So it is enough what you're doing by focusing and just working on one individual. They want you to focus on one healing modality, one modality of helping, one modality of guiding people. Just really hone in on that craft with one singular modality. This way, it's manageable for you, and you can show up and be the best version, most energetic version of yourself for these people. because you're going to make the biggest amount of change, the biggest impact by being your full energetic self. Um, by being spread so thin, it's actually causing confusion, pain, and disappointment. You are not meant to do it all. So I think the reason even why you felt called to send your question in is because you're just spread so thin and you feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. What they're asking you to do is going to help you find that clarity and also really bring you back into your energy. They also are asking that you practice protection and energetic hygiene. They're asking you to use meditation, light bathing, creating boundaries of light, and using the flower of life to create this boundary of protection. There's a beautiful meditation by medical medium called the Breathing Light Meditation. You can find it on his podcast. I use it through Apple. It's a meditation that I practice almost every day. This meditation brings light into your body. You can also bring it into your energetic field, and it just helps clear and elevate your energy. The flower of life is something that you can visualize coming over your head, and you can actually pull it over kind of around you in an egg shape. This is your energetic bubble, and the weight of the world's worries are not allowed in. You have to be very clear about who you're going to let into this energy protection after you created it. It also feels like you may have a lot of cords in your heart. You're just such a kind, compassionate person. And the way you give is obviously too much. And you give of yourself. So you create these cords to others, and then you're using your energy to help bring them life force energy. And that's not the best way to do it because us humans, we don't have enough energy on our own to replenish that stock. What we have to do is take from the outside using this light meditation, connecting to our higher selves, eating high vibrational foods. Like we really need to focus and nurture ourselves and then use that light that we have been able to access from other places and help heal other people using those tools. Teach those people those tools so that they can access that light and use it for their own, not give up your own light. Call on your guides and your team to reinforce your protection so you don't drain easily or feel spread so thinly. So if you're in a moment of feeling overwhelmed, tired, drained, call on your guides and ask them to help recharge you. Bring energy and light back into your space, into your aura, into your body, and start visualizing how they start to bring this energy back to you. They're really asking you to recharge. You must focus some energy on yourself, on your own evolution, your own healing journey. This is recharging you so you can be available and sustain the amount of energy that you want to expel to help heal others. Okay, now I think that message came through pretty clearly. If you have any questions, I would be happy to help answer them. Sending you all the love. I have so much compassion for this mindset because I was there too until I began to create boundaries for myself and really understood what I can or can't do for people. And it's really powerful when you can give people practices and empower them to connect to the light themselves so that you're not always having to give it to them. You know, you can do it. Okay. And our last life purpose reading is with Jen. And Jen asks, I'm currently starting my business to help others discover their purpose through Dharma coaching and human design. And I'm wondering if I'm on the right path, question mark. I keep being called to create a community, but I'm not sure what this would look like. I keep toying with workshops or just gatherings to help one another. Any guidance would be so helpful. Okay, Jen, as soon as I tapped into your energy, I heard narrow your offerings. Focus on one clientele type and build there. As you learn what your clients need, then you can fill in the gaps. It feels like you're almost trying to visualization is funny. Um, you have a lot of walls around you, and you're taking spaghetti and you're throwing it on the walls. And you're like, is any of it gonna stick? I don't know. Maybe. And then you're wondering, well, am I supposed to go in this direction, in that direction, in this direction? It kind of stuck there, sort of stuck here. They're really stuck. But I want to do this. Should I be over here? Is this my calling? So they really need you to just kind of like bring it down and focus. You are in the right direction. 100%, like without a doubt, you're definitely in the right direction for your life's purpose. I have always seen you as a healer who utilizes the earth to connect children and even adults back to earth energy. I have seen this in reading you before, and what they keep showing me is like there's almost a community garden. You are a teacher or a mentor to children, and you teach them how to grow things from seed to plant, harvesting to cooking and eating those plants and how they nourish your body. It's really about teaching them an appreciation for Earth and also acknowledging the abundance that is all around them and that they can easily access. It really does feel like in your practice, you are missing that earth element. Um, while this may be a separate offering from what your offerings are right now online, I feel like that these two, it's okay that they're separate. You might work with adults online and then in person work with children, but somehow these two are going to become connected. You're going to learn through being present with these children and teaching them that you can then bring these teachings into your online business and really kind of help guide adults into the same wisdom that you're teaching children. So children right now are coming in with huge missions. I mean, their souls are so powerful and they're going to need people to guide them who are equally as connected and aware. And I feel like what you are doing is mending that connection and that bond between adult and child. So through learning and teaching with children, you're going to be able to access an activation of sorts to be able to help turn adult intuition on and really making them aware of what their higher calling is and how to support the children that we have coming into this world today. The connection to earth for the children that are coming in right now is so important. It's so important. Grounding is so important for these kids because these souls are coming from the higher realms and they're going to be really comfortable living up here in this space, but you're going to want to encourage them to connect to the spaces that are all around them and digging their hands in the soil, touching the plants, watching what Earth has to offer is going to teach them what's available to them on Earth and that Earth has so much energy for them to access. They're telling me that you can teach them the garden, how to forage, take them on hikes, just teach them to appreciate wildlife, really just all the things that are beautiful about Earth that she has to offer in nature. Right now, they were showing me that you're in the trial phase of your business and to try and see if one thing sticks at a time. If something doesn't work, it's okay to pivot. It seems like you may have, or you do have your mindset on a particular thing, but right now, that direction may not be where you're meant to be headed. So try and bring in things to kind of change it. If you were thinking about offering life purpose readings to adults, maybe offer something more towards mothers, life purpose for mothers. Um, it's something as simple as that that's going to help you find that click. Start okay. Don't stay too focused on one single avenue. It feels like your offering is going to be a fusion of healing techniques and modalities. So every time something doesn't land while you're focused on that one direction, it's okay to like change directions and then start taking things from each direction that worked. While going straight may have gotten you this, going to the right may actually get you this. And then all of this you're going to put into your toolbox, and that is going to become an offering. Start reaching out to people and offer free sessions to gain experience and feedback. I feel like when you begin to connect with people through free sessions, you actually might begin to build a clientele base. You may be connecting with the mothers of the children that you're meant to work with. You might find a space and a garden to work in. It feels very much like manifestation. Things are just going to start coming to you when you start offering your sessions or your healing abilities to people for free right now. Really, it's not for free because it's in exchange for priceless experience and feedback, and you're going to be gaining really beautiful tools that you're going to be keeping in your toolbox to help create this offering that is coming up in the future. Okay, let me see if there's anything else for you, Jen. Every time I've tapped into you, I also see this visual of you touching the earth. And where you're touching the earth is actually a place where it's like broken and there's a crack. And every time you touch that crack, it actually mends and it heals. So, given that image, I very much feel like you are a healer of earth, not necessarily for one species, humans, animals. They showed me animals, they kept showing me plants. Wherever it is that you apply yourself, it feels like you are going to heal it. If you can bring in the earth, humans, animals, and kind of create this fusion, that may be where your offering lays. Okay. I hope that helps. It was such a pleasure to connect with all of you guys. Thank you so much for participating. I feel so honored to be a part of it and to be able to help guide you guys. It's truly my passion and it's my life's purpose to be able to help empower and guide mothers and their children through my intuition and my life experience. I'm sending you guys all the love and I appreciate you so much. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. And if you have any comments, if it really resonates, I'd love to hear from you still. And I look forward to the next time that we get to catch up. Sending you guys all the love.